You know that feeling when a project finally starts come together? Not just functionally, but virtually. It's like the difference between a rough sketch and a polished design. Today we are going to take the dynamic pages we built in the last few sessions and make them look amazing by adding some styles. We'll use both CSS modules and Tailwind CSS to style our components, giving you flexibility and power when styling your apps. So let's get started. What we're going to try out right now is going to be a simple CSS styling applied to our post pages. So in order to create specifically targeted CSS code, one of the ways would be just creating a specific CSS file for a specific page that we want to style. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So under the same folder, under the posts and ID, where we are holding the page that shows the posts, we're going to create another file. This file I'm going to call post.module.css. And here I'm going to put some CSS code. Here's the code. As you can see, it's pretty simple. We have some padding, backgrounds, font size. Let's maybe change the color to something a little bit grayish or whatever you like. And this will be as the base in order to style the page itself. But next thing we need to do is to actually apply these changes to the post page as well. Here we have our post page. We have defined some simple styles for post page, and we will style the container, the title, and the content of each post using CSS modules. So that's why we created the file earlier, which will allow us to scope these styles to the component, preventing any global CSS conflicts, which may arise as we have more and more files coming in. In order to incorporate the new style, the first thing we need to do, of course, is to import the styling page. And we will do that with a simple import line like this. Then we will have to update a little bit how we represent the page itself. And it's actually pretty simple. Here we have H1 for the post title and the paragraph itself. So what we can do, we can go inside of this tag and add class name. By adding class name, we can specify which of the properties from the CSS we want to take. And I will write something like this. I will write styles, because that's how I named the import, dot title. And there we go. This is how we can apply a specific style for specific part of our page. Now here I have implemented all of the changes that I want to apply. So we have styling for the main tag, H1 tag, and the paragraph tag. So actually we are ready to take a look how our page looks at the moment. So here we are at our home page. Let's navigate to one of the posts. And there we have. This is the new look. We have a different background. We have a different color for the title and the size. And of course, we have a different color for the content itself. So let's take a look at the post number 2. It should look the same, and it does. So everything is working as expected. Let's take this one step further by introducing Tailwind CSS for utility first styling. As at the beginning of our course, once we created the project itself, we agreed to use the Tailwind. We already have everything needed for it. But if not, then we would be able to use just a simple command to install it as well. As you can see, under our folder structure, we have this tailwind.config.js file. As I open it up, we will not really change anything, but here we have a global configuration settings that you could set for the Tailwind. Also, we want to open up the globals.css file just to make sure if we have the necessary components for our demonstration. And indeed, in lines 1 to 3, we have Tailwind-based incorporated components and utilities. These ones we will need. With Tailwind CSS, you can quickly style components using utility classes without writing any custom CSS code. It's a great way to rapidly build user interfaces. Now that Tailwind is all set up, let's use it to add some extra styling to our components. For this demonstration, we will navigate to our main page over here where we have the menu. And let's say I want to change a little bit how we are welcoming our users. So under the H tag over here, I will add some styling. This is going to be similarly what we did before by adding a class name, but as we are using a Tailwind, remember, mentioned before, we don't need to write custom CSS code. It's something similar to Bootstrap styling as well. And here is the code that I wanted to add. I'm going to make the text larger. I want to make the font bold, and I'm going to add some margins around the text that says, "Welcome to our homepage." Now let's take a look how this actually looks. Voila! As you can see, "Welcome to our homepage" is actually standing out a little bit. Of course, we are not really paying too much of our time to style it as it would be in real life, but to get the point, as you can see, we have few different ways how to style our page, and that's actually great. We have now styled our dynamic pages using combination of CSS modules and Tailwind CSS. CSS modules gives us scoped custom styles, while Tailwind CSS offers a utility-first approach for quickly building layouts. This gives you the flexibility to style your app in whichever way suits your needs the best. And that's how you style your components in Next.js. Whether you prefer the control of CSS modules or the rapid development style of Tailwind CSS, you now have the tools to make your app look polished and professional. We will continue building on this in the next lesson by working with more complex data fetching and page layouts. Let's keep going before we go. But now I have a quick question for you.